Two receivers, Cooley top of the screen against Kenneth Lyons. Red Feather to throw. Red Feather going to the end zone. It is a touchdown. Cooley, the Bulldogs have the lead.
Two to the left, one to the right. In the backfield is Streeter with one more. Hand off Streeter, going to try to find a hole. He does. He's going to try to break another tackle. He does. Out to the 20. He's going to go for the pylon, and he's going to get in to the house. Reggie Streeter with his fourth touchdown scamper of the day gives Louisiana their first lead of the day.
You might want to look at Reggie Streeter with his fourth touchdown, but watch the block here. It looked like number 59 for the Vancouver Legion here was going to have the angle on him.
On the previous play, you know, they represent the city of broad shoulders.
The player with railroads.
And the throw by Dunhill is complete to Jamal Wooding, and he scores the touchdown on the very next play. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Wow, Atlanta derails the Chicago defense on their play. He gets behind him.
It's just everybody let him go, and Maurice Burton was the only one back.
Two backs and three receivers as Marconi drops to throw. And no pressure on Marconi at all. The pass is picked off, and the defender, or the receiver, fell over. That's Koyama Shigeki, and he scores. Touchdown Legends on a pick six from Marconi. And the receiver fell over as he breaks for the football. Actually, Cooley thought he had a catch and was just trying to get his feet in bounds. And the Legends,
second down and 6. Pine is down 4. Cantrell empty backfield, and Cantrell on his back foot. Touchdown! What a throw from Cody Cantrell to DR Sim. That was masterful.
I thought that for sure was going to be knocked away or picked off. Anytime you see any SFL quarterback scrambling out of the pocket, it's usually not a good sign, but DR Sim is so wide open here that he has such a huge target there for
Two-step drop from Pickler over the middle. It's another interception.
Good
Had
pass.
a big game last week, and he's off to the races. No one can catch him. Baltimore are cruising here in the first half. Touchdown Vultures.
And we just talked about it. Johnny could not afford the mistakes. That's his second interception thrown here in his first half. Alvin Mack, I've said it time and time again, every time I call their games, he gets sideline to sideline as well as any linebacker in this league. He takes advantage of a bad situation and turns it to 6.
They'll start off with no Jared McChesney, and Josh Miller will throw. Looking top of the screen, it's picked off right into the hands of Iverson Gamble. A great start for Arizona. Gamble chasing down to the sideline, and Jeremy Mosley prevents a touchdown. What a play for Iverson Gamble, the 7th-year corner, and what a start for the Scorpions.
Second down and 10. 3 receivers. Now they go to Parker on a stretch. Haven't seen that much of the night. Breaks the tackle, and then another, and he's down at the 1. He looked into me, honestly. Let's see the replay again. Parker breaks 2 tackles. Orlando's just throwing a little bit of everything at him tonight. And he's off.
3 receiver set. William Dula in the gun. William Dula to throw, firing deep over the middle. Has a man, Jalen Miller, past the defenders, 5, touchdown, Carolina. Jeff Duffy in the chat just now saying Carolina is never out of it. Don't count them out yet. Well, there you go.
Yeah, bombs away, boys. Here it comes. Down the seam, just running to go, and no one's going to catch Jalen Miller. He's the biggest receiving threat.
And Legacy both off to the right side. And Garcia will pass. Garcia's in trouble, avoids a sack, fires deep down the field. The pass is caught. What a catch in traffic. It's a touchdown. Daniel Garcia makes an incredible play, launches it down the field to Clint Myers. And Clint Myers a little upset that Studwell's getting all the love. Over the outstretched arms of A.J. Levy, and Myers gets the touchdown.
Good evening, SFL. It is Saturday Night Football, everybody, live down here in warm Jacksonville, Florida, as tonight's game will be between the Jacksonville Kings and the Florida Storm. This is Chad Rowland, your play-by-play commentator, and in the booth with me tonight is none other than Jacob Clear. Jacob, how you doing tonight?
Good, Chad. G'day, SFL Nation, and a wonderful evening to you all as we approach our 9 p.m. slate on Saturday night. 2-2-6 teams. I'm sure you're going to touch on the historical context of this game, Chad, but two teams desperate for a win in what's been a pretty rough season, both sides.
Yep, 2-6 teams coming into tonight, Jacob, and want to ask you, Florida has 15 wins all time against this team, or 11 wins, against this team. What is the key for Jacksonville to get that first win against Florida since season 15?
Yeah, 11 out of 15 of these matchups won by Florida. You spoke with Frank Gooden prior to the matchup this evening, and he's suggested that Sean Sanders is going to get involved quite a bit tonight. I'm expecting Jacksonville to perhaps fix some of their passing woes from recent weeks if they're to win and finally break that duck against Jacksonville.
Yep, that's going to be a big key here in this divisional matchup. And we are set to go here as Florida looks like they will be receiving the kick in their all blues tonight, as Jacksonville is in their all purples. And we got the ball on the tee. The crowd is into it. And it looks like the chat's going wild as well. Let's get into it tonight, as that will be received in the end zone and taken down for a touchback. And that is going to bring out the 12-season veteran, the 4-time All-Star and Hall of Famer, Ron Cochran.
Expecting big things from Charlie Boletsky tonight. It's been an underwhelming season for the former MVP.
And the first play of the game is getting ready to happen now. 3 wide receivers on the bottom of the screen. Charlie Boletsky in the backfield. Jacksonville looks like they're going to bring some pressure. It's going to start with the screen pass over to Boletsky. He's going to get about 9 yards on the reception.
You can see the pace that he possesses anytime he touches it. Just too quick on the outside of Jacksonville's defenders.
And that's going to bring up 2nd and 1 from the 29. Split back formation here for the Storm. That is going to be a handoff to Boletsky. That's going to be a first down. Just gets across the line. As we're going to go through this Florida offense, Ron Cochran at quarterback. Charlie Boletsky at the running back position. Steven Bush, Art Vandelay, E.J. Minson, and Optimus Klein at the wide receiver position. Veridin Zarkov at tight end. Ron Haynes is the other tight end. And Finley and Leroy James at the guards positions for the Storm offense. 1st and 10. Another screen pass to Boletsky. Looks like he's got some room, and that is going to be taken down by the Stan Diamond, the 46th pick in the 2nd round.
The game plan for Florida at the moment, very clear. Just get the ball in his hands. They've got a very talented receiving core, but the more they involve him early, the more momentum they'll get.
Yep, he is the bell cow indeed. That is who they need to go through. But they do have some very good wide receivers, as we touched on earlier. 2nd and 1 from the 39. Cochran drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target. That looks like Optimus Klein, and that is going to be a first down at the 49.
You can tell Optimus Klein has played a season at tight end the way he brought that in. He's a physical target, and it was a tough one to bring in with the defenders around him. He did really well there.
Optimus Klein, 13 seasons in the SFL, a 4-time All-Star. The last time he was an All-Star was in season 13. 3 wide receivers, and that's going to be a handoff to Boletsky. He's got some room on the outside. Past the 40, past the 30, and he breaks the tackle right there, but goes out of bounds at the 22. What a great run there by Charlie Boletsky.
He didn't even need a lead blocker there. It was purely a great play call against the defense, and Boletsky just got a good downfield block by the outside receiver. Took a tackle, but pretty much 20-odd yards of clean running from Boletsky, and that's, again, a very clear approach to this game from Florida so far.
Yep, as we talked about before, get the ball to Boletsky. This team averaging 71 yards rushing this season, which is 22nd in the SFL. Split back formation here with the wide receiver at the top of your screen. Jacksonville trying to shift over into 4-3 defense. Cochran drops back, looks for the out route, finds his out route. That is E.J. Minson there as he's going to get a gain of 9.
Yeah, Minson, the leading receiver on this offense. He's a highly talented player, a lot of experience in this Florida offense. Another conservative play that gets them 9 yards. Jacksonville have got to really press up at the moment. They're just letting Florida have it a bit easy.
E.J. Minson, 4 catches for 92 yards last week in a close loss to Sioux Falls. And they're going to be in that split back position again, and that's going to be handled to Boletsky up the middle. He gets tackled right at the 1-yard line. It looks like as if Bernard Gooden was saved a touchdown there with the tackle.
A great run and a good block by the fullback back on the inside. You thought he was going to get there, and it just looked like that last defender and Gooden bumped him over. But it's going to be hard to stop him from here.
Yeah, T.J. Harper, the 23rd overall selection in this past draft, slowed him down, but it looks like Boletsky just dragged him along for the ride. Flip back formation once again. That's a handle to Boletsky up the middle, end zone, touchdown, Florida.
What a simple drive and just an easy last dive up the middle, completely untouched. And Jacksonville didn't really look like doing anything, and Florida kept it rather conservative, but they let them in really easily there. But otherwise, a fantastic drive, and Florida, hard to complain about that.
Yeah, Charlie Boletsky, we talked about how he was the bell cow before the game. 4 attempts on that drive for 42 yards, 2 catches as well. So he got a lot of touches on that drive. So that is going to set up here for Ethan Sneed to come out. Good kick is good. And that is going to make it 7-0 here on the first drive. Florida making it look easy.
Yeah, just getting the drive summary stats. They averaged 10 yards a play on that drive. That's pretty impressive.
Yep, and that's exactly if you're Florida and you're on the road, 2-6, still trying to fight for your playoff life. That's something you need to do right there, right? Have a great drive there to open the game. Florida will be kicking it off to Jacksonville here. We'll be kicking off to Dill Swayze, the 15th selection, 15th pick, and he dropped the ball, was able to get it, and that kind of held him up a little bit as they're going to get it out to the 20. And that is going to bring out O.J. Bruin, who, Jacob, we talked about this before the game last week in a loss to L.A., 7 interceptions.
Frank Gooden already having conniptions on the sidelines, watching his kick returner bobble that one, but absolutely.
1st and 10 here from the 20. Heavy set formation. As that is going to be a handoff to Sean Sanders. He's going to try to get up the middle, break to the outside, but that is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Evan Carroll, the 13th seasoned veteran, on the tackle.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they use Sanders. Historically, we've seen them this season use him a lot out of some passing formations where he can get more space. That time they use a power run. It's not as effective. We'll see what they draw up.
Yep, 118 carries, 540 yards this season for Sean Sanders. Pretty good for a second-round draft pick. 2nd and 8 here from the 21. Bruin looking outside, finds his target, and that is going to be Christopher Ochoa there, and it's going to be 3rd and short.
It's been a career year for Christopher Ochoa in his first season with the Jacksonville Kings. He spent a lot of his time with Queen City, then moved to Charleston for a season for a starting spot, and is now the ex-receiver for this Jacksonville offense.
Yep, coming into the game tonight, he was 90 yards away from his career high. That's a handoff to Sean Sanders here from the 27. He gets the first down, a little stop and go. Did a little too much stop and go, as he could have had some daylight, but Aaron Gooden takes him down.
Yeah, good run. I mean, you want him to perhaps just take it down and send it forward rather than trying a little stutter step there, but otherwise, a good play, and Sanders is getting some early momentum.
Take a look at this Kings offense. O.J. Bruin at quarterback, Sean Sanders at running back, Christopher Ochoa, Dill Swayze, Joseph Burnett, Goldie Morrison, and Kingston Ellison are the wide receivers. Joel Harleman is a tight end. Olivia and Alden Bleeker are the left tackle and left guard, respectively. There's a handoff to Sean Sanders, stopped in the backfield as it looks like Deontay Stoneville was right there with the gang tackle.
Yeah, another power run play that doesn't seem to really get them far. We've seen the one play that did get him good yardage coming out of a passing set, as they seem to call a similar formation here. We'll see if this gets him a bit more momentum.
Strong eye spread here on 2nd and 11. That is going to be another handoff to Sean Sanders. He is hit immediately, a gain of about a yard, and that was Stephen Black there, the inside linebacker on the tackle.
That was a good effort from the Florida defense. He just didn't quite get the lead block he wanted there, Sanders, and brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. 5 wide set here. Jacksonville, one of the better teams this season on 3rd down conversions. O.J. Bruin drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target. That's a 1st down, past the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Kingston Ellington with his first catch of the night.
Great throw. He put really nice spiral on that one. Finds his key man, the second receiver on his depth chart, in Ellington. Big body and just in pretty clean space as well. That's a nicely drawn up play by Jacksonville.
62% 3rd down conversion this season so far for Jacksonville, 3rd in the SFL. So getting it done once again when it counts. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Heavy set formation once again. That's a handoff to Sean Sanders up the middle. He does a spin move. Does not get too far. He gets a gain of 5 there on the play.
That's a better run. He got the space that time because the lead block developed, and on the previous occasions that they've tried that, it hasn't quite formulated as intended, but that's still a good play. It sets up a nice and comfortable 2nd down.
2nd and 5, strong power I formation here for the Kings. Florida look like they're shifting their backs towards it. They do indeed, but Sean Sanders breaking a tackle. Look at the juke moves as he gets past the 25 to the 22 and gets a 1st down.
For a rookie, this man's got some moves. Look at this backfield play. Good block up front again, but that's a really, really nice move there. The defender had no idea and then tried to run over the safety, and not quite, but still he's looking really good, Sean Sanders.
Andrew Francis, the 12-season veteran, got juked out of his shoes on that play. 1st and 10 from the 22, as that's going to be a handoff. And Sean Sanders again trying to juke, but this time it doesn't work as Francis makes up for that missed tackle earlier.
Yeah, Francis wasn't going to get fooled twice there. That's a good shot and knocks him down, but still another reasonable gain on 1st down. They're making life very easy for themselves offensively with the way he's moving.
Yeah, both these offenses so far in this 1st quarter, Jacob, looking really good. Split spread formation here for the Kings. Drops back, looks, fires, finding Sean Sanders on the screen pass. That is a 1st down, and he's down to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Kings.
Yeah, Bruin, 2 throws, 2 completions. That's certainly an improvement on what we've seen recently. His confidence is clearly still intact. That's a nice throw out in the backfield. Sanders was always going to get that 1st down. The defense just couldn't quite get across in cover, but again, a very clear identity to this offense for Jacksonville.
Yeah, both these teams looking to utilize their running backs, and they indeed are. O.J. Bruin so far clean, 3 for 3. Power formation here for the Kings. Bruin trying to get something to jump off sides. Not going to happen, as that's going to be a handoff to Sanders. Up the middle. Gets to about the 5. And that's going to be 2nd and goal.
Tell you what, I wonder if he kept going to the outside, whether or not he was going to get there. But still, again, even if he's only getting 5 yards on 1st down, it's enough to make O.J. Bruin's life comfortable on the preceding plays.
Yeah, you want to be able to have your running back have at least 4 yards per carry. I think that's usually the number that coaches look for. 2nd and goal here from the 5. Sanders up the middle, nowhere to go, as he is hit in the backfield there. Actually, they stopped him at the line, and that'll be 3rd down.
A nice move there just to get on the inside. Defensive line just pushing up. I sort of saw that one coming.
3rd and goal here for the Kings, as they are going to have to try to pass the ball, I would believe. 4 wide receivers in this formation. Bruin drops back, looking to the out route, tipped away, and that was almost intercepted right there in the end zone. Bad throw there by O.J. Bruin. Bad decision there as he threw into double coverage.
Yeah, very ill-advised, and you would have thought the way that this Florida defense tends to play that was going to get taken away, but Jordan Bradshaw with an opportunity to continue his perfect season. He's 11 from 11.
Yep, and indeed it is going to bring out Jordan Bradshaw, the 3-season veteran, here for the Kings. All 3 seasons have been in Jacksonville. Curtis Young will be on the hold. As that's going to be a good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good from 22 yards. So Jacksonville on their first drive. They don't get the touchdown, but they do come away with some points.
Yeah, that's it, Chad. And I know they didn't come away with the 6-pointer, but they can't be too upset with that because they got into range where they could score. And that's, again, what they've needed in recent weeks.
Yeah, I mean, as we've seen with what they've done so far offensively, last game only not scoring very much at all. You like to see some positives, and that was definitely a positive as Optimus Klein gets that return out to the 21, as it is going to bring back Cochran in this offense to see if they can get another touchdown.
Yeah, Charlie Boletsky, 42 yards on that opening drive. He accounted for half of that drive just on the ground, and look for him to, again, have a heavy dosage.
1st and 10 here from the 21. Looks like a nickel 3-3 defense here for the Kings. 3 wide receiver set. There's the fake. Looking to the outside, finds his target, and that is going to be a gain of 7. And Florida going to the no huddle as E.J. Minson was the wide receiver who made that catch. Out of the gun once again. Fake handoff, looking to the outside, looking for Minson, finds Minson again. The clock will continue. We're going to go past 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Same formation. Cochran drops back. Looking, has protection, firing, and that is intercepted! Bernard Gooden with the interception. That's going to be taken to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a big turnover there for the Kings.
Chad, veteran players make veteran plays. Florida sticking to that formation 1 minute, 2 times too many. This time they change up the route tree, and it's a great recoverage from Bernard Gooden. Just perfectly placed in his defensive position to make the play, and Jacksonville with ideal starting position.
Yeah, that is indeed the case. Good field position here for the Kings to try and take the lead. Weak power I formation here, as you would bet that this will go to Sanders. Florida bringing the heat. They're going to hand it off to Sanders up, and he's going to get about 2 yards on the run.
Yeah, some of these are going. It's sort of, he's relying a lot on whether or not the blocks develop upfield. You can see that he's able to make plays once it happens, but he's one of those backs that just isn't ready to sort of make plays on his own.
3 wide receiver set here. That's going to be another handoff to Sanders up the middle, and that's going to be maybe a yard or 2, as it's going to set up 3rd and 6.
Good tackle by the big Italian Alessandro Tomiello. Just that defensive line's going to go to work today the more that they try this power run game.
Yep, look for the defensive line there to be a big factor. And this is a defensive line that is still pretty good there, Jacob. 5 wide set here, 3rd and 6. Bruin drops back, looking deep, and that is caught, and that's a touchdown! Christopher Ochoa and the Kings take the lead here in the first quarter.
What a catch. He had no right to bring that in that position. Bruin just sort of chucked it up there and hoped he'd make a play, but that is some play from Ochoa. You can tell why they go to him, because like that's in one-on-one coverage, he's just got in the right spot in front of the defender. Brilliant play by Ochoa.
Yeah, beautiful play, beautiful throw there by Bruin. I mean, we talked about it earlier how he made a bad decision towards the end zone, this time making a good decision, and was able to hit Ochoa there on the one-on-one and take the lead. Jordan Bradshaw coming out here for the extra point. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up and good, and Jacksonville will take the lead here at home as they are up 10 to 7. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and role-playing into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on a virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. And Bradshaw is going to kick this off. Klein's going to take it out of the end zone. Gets past the 20, tries to break a tackle, doesn't get there as they're actually going to mark him at the 20. And that's going to bring back Florida's offense to see if Ron Cochran can make up for the mistake of throwing that INT.
Yeah, well, on that previous drive, that'll do wonders for O.J. Bruin's confidence, but Ron Cochran needs to pull up something similar here to reinstate this Florida offense.
First and 10 here from the 20, 3 wide receiver set. 2 backs in the backfield. That's going to be a handoff to Boletsky. He is stopped at the line as it looks like Jorge Torres, the strong safety, coming down to make the tackle.
Great tackle by the leading strong safety and the general manager of this organization. He's a top player, comes into the box there to make that play. Fantastic effort.
9-3-2 defense here for the Kings. 4 wide receiver set with the back in the backfield. That's going to be thrown to Boletsky as he has to. And look at that spin move there to get a couple of extra yards as this is now going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, that's how the game started, where they were just looking for him in the backfield as we hit quarter time. So they need to go back to that. That was what was working.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter as Jacksonville with an early lead here, 10-7. We'll be right back here on SFL on YouTube. And we are back down here in Jacksonville, Florida. Chad Rowland, Jacob Clear in the booth. Juan Mississippi and Robert Garrett Jr. in the stats truck for us tonight. And Cameron Irvine on the production side for the television tonight. That is going to be a handoff to Boletsky as that's going to be past the first down a little bit more as they take it up to the 35.
Yeah, safe yardage. Just give it to your main man in the backfield and he'll make the play.
Yeah, but let's look at this Jacksonville defense. Taquan Hale and Forrest Dalton at defensive end. Joey Schwint and Logan Gardner at defensive tackle. John Martin, Stan Diamond, and TJ Harper are the linebackers. Bernard Good and Nathan Neer, Reiki Robinson are the corners. Young Vaught is the free safety, and Jorge Torres and Toby Neer are your strong safeties, as that is going to be a handoff to Boletsky getting out to the 40, as that's going to set up 2nd and 5.
63 yards already for Boletsky. You can see it's his team at the moment. He's the one that's getting him forward.
Yeah, he has been doing a lot of work tonight. 7 attempts for 54 yards for Charlie Boletsky. And that is going to be a free play as they jump off sides, as Boletsky's going to get that first down anyway, fighting his way past the 45. And we already know what the call will be, but let's see if Florida accepts.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91.
R62 calling a neutral zone infraction on Taquan Hale, the 11th season veteran, the 3-time All-Star, jumped off sides.
And so they should let him keep that one, let the man keep the yardage. But great players in terms of running backs will make plays by themselves. And he does that there, just going straight through. And it makes the play all by himself.
Yeah, normally, back in the day, we've seen the former fullback J.W. Doyle there with Florida to make a lethal combination, but Boletsky could do it all on his own as he breaks a tackle right there with a gain of 7, and they're going to go no huddle out of this.
He looks really dangerous.
2nd and 3. There's a handoff to Boletsky. He's got the first down, and it's going to be taken up to the 42 as they're going to continue to go no huddle. They must see something in this Jacksonville defense that they want to exploit. Cochran throws, and that was a dangerous throw right there, really quick, as it was deflected away. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. As Cochran drops back once again, fires it over the middle, finds his target. That's a first down. Or nope, that is going to be just short of the first down to Steven Bush. As that's going to be 3rd and 1 here from the 33. Bunch set at the bottom. There's another handoff to Boletsky. He gets the first down, tries a juke move, gets past the 30 to the 28, and it looks like Florida is going to stop to huddle up.
Well, that looked very frantic, if I say so. And the last time they tried that, where they stuck to a formation, they threw a pick. So you were worried that Jacksonville were going to wake to it, but they keep hold of the ball.
Yep, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends in his formation. Cochran looking, finds his target. That is Zarkov, as he gets a gain of 1 on that throw.
Lucky that that man's a tight end, because unfortunately Cochran kind of put him in a hospital pass situation there. The defender right there for the hit.
Yeah, it wasn't really a good setup. Luckily, it is Zarkov, who is 6'5", 247, 6-season veteran here in the SFL. Single back formation. Cochran drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target down to the 2-yard line. That is E.J. Menson.
He's the man. He's going to be the go-forward guy in terms of this passing offense. I mean, they've got 4 incredible receivers on this depth chart that have all kind of featured in a sense, but he's the main man. And that's a great throw by Cochran.
Yep, Stephen Bush, Optimus Klein, E.J. Menson, and Art Vandelay, who we have not called tonight. That is a dangerous 4 wide receiver combo indeed. First and goal here from the 2. Jacksonville crowding the line, and that's going to be a handoff to Boletsky. They're going to get nowhere, as it looks like Logan Gardner was the first one to get to him.
A good stop. Defensive lineman gets in the middle there. Logan Gardner makes the play. Got to do that a couple more times. Expect Florida to do more of that.
Second and goal here from the 3. Look for the run there on the left side. Cochran drops back, fires over the middle, and that was caught in the end zone. Optimus Klein with a one-handed grab in the middle of traffic for a touchdown.
Again, veteran players make veteran plays. That is a stunning grab in the back of the end zone. It's again a similar situation to the last touchdown where the receiver just makes the play all by himself. This time that's some catch at the back of the end zone.
There were 4 guys around him. 4! And Optimus Klein, I mean, Ron Cochran just throws a needle right in there, right? I mean, just a perfect throw. The window was open, and Optimus Klein making what I believe is a really, really good catch. And that is going to bring out Snead here for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good as Florida retakes the lead, 14-10, 7:05 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Optimus Klein's first season back in Florida. He had a hefty stint with the San Diego Mavericks when he owned the team. And then that sale occurred. Now he's back in his favorite blue uniform.
Tomorrow on SFL YouTube, the Carolina Skyhawks are the next challenger for the league's top seed, Arizona. Will the Scorpions take care of business with a looming rematch against Baltimore next week? Or will Carolina upset Arizona? Looking ahead, kickoff is set for 9 p.m. Eastern Time only on SFL YouTube, and that will be a really good game to watch. Carolina have been looking very good this season so far, Jacob.
That's going to be a phenomenal game. And two teams with some history behind them. 2 fantastic ownership groups. That'll be stunning.
Outright formation here for the Kings. From the 20-yard line, Florida looks to bring some pressure. That's going to be a handoff to Sean Sanders, and they're going to stop him in the backfield as Deontay Stoneville makes the tackle.
Yeah, Florida's defensive line getting into the game here. This is a good sign for their defense. The more that they wake up, so Bruin might be forced to do something here on this drive.
2nd and 11, as this looks to be a passing situation here. Split spread formation for the Kings. Looks like 50X spot indeed, and that is going to be a big catch there. Dill Swayze was able to burn the defense to the 25, and they're going to get him out of bounds at the 15-yard line. What a play call there by the Kings.
OJ Bruin couldn't have placed this pass any better. That is, the defender's hand was right there, and it just seemed to pass through at an angle that he couldn't have done any better. And Swayze putting on a step, tries to get all the way. He's got about 5 Florida defenders chasing him down. But fantastic play by OJ Bruin.
The 15th overall selection in this past draft, Dill Swayze showing why he was drafted in the mid-first round. That 50X spot could be a very good play depending on which route you hit and which defense is called. 1st and 10 here from the 15. That's a handoff to Sanders up the middle. Finds a little seam and gets a gain of about 3 yards.
And same formation this time. They run out of it, and they can just settle things down here after that play. They're in range.
Yep, and Jacksonville looking to try to take the lead once again here, as it's going to bring up 2nd and 7 from the 12. 3 wide receiver set. Bruin hands it off to Sanders. He's got some room, and he almost gets to the first down, but they're going to call him just short, 3rd and inches.
Great run. I thought he got it, and he must have been really close. But this, again, you fancy on this down that they're just going to give it to him again.
You got to give credit to the offensive line, too, because it took a little bit of time for that play to develop. And they were able to get that run going. Power I formation here. Sean Sanders and stopped at the line just short. He had some daylight on the outside there, Jacob. He could have probably walked in for 6.
Great move by big, sexy Alex Dominguez on the exterior line there, just bouncing off of the tackle and making an open field play. They're going to go for here, potentially.
Look at this, Jacob. 4th and 1 here from the 6. Power I formation. They've been running the ball pretty well. Let's see what they do. Bruin trying to get him to jump off sides. Let's see if Florida stays disciplined. I almost would snap this. And they're going to take a timeout.
We make a good point. It's a formation that you fancy they probably should have gotten the first down on in the last play. They called out of it on that previous play. But irrespective, it was a fantastic play by Bruin to set it up. And Bradshaw, you would expect, will ice this. And it'll be a 1-point game.
Yep, I think in this situation, I mean, you really actually probably could have called it there. And I think, with the way the Sanders has been running the ball tonight, right, 15 attempts for 50 yards, averaging 3.3 yards per carry, I think that's a no-brainer. I think you should have went for it. But that's why I'm in the booth, Jacob. I don't make the calls. 4th and 1 here from the 6, as that is going to bring out Bradshaw. And the kick is up, and it is good. So Jacksonville inching closer, as this is now a 14-13 game.
Well, I suppose if we were in Indianapolis, we know that would have been called there, but unfortunately that's not who we're watching here. But again, still, this is a tight game. Really good football.
I don't know if Adam would have called that, in all honesty. Adam is the head coach of Indianapolis. So
You'll have to pick his brain on that one.
I may have to. And that is going to be received at the 5-yard line, as that is going to be taken past the 25, and they're going to mark him at the 26. Did you miss any SFL action? It's hard to keep up with every player around the league. Check out highlights of SFL games on SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation, provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your sport highlight needs. And I love the deal that we have with those guys, because there's some games I missed, and it's easy to go back and watch the highlights and be able to catch up on all the action. Cochran, play action. Looking, and he finds his target past the 40 down to the 46. That is E.J. Minson.
We're watching some really good quarterback play in this game. This is another example of, again, finding the lead man in E.J. Minson, who just ran a bit of a cross route, and it took a while for that one to develop. He had a good pocket there, Cochran, and E.J. Minson makes the play.
Yeah, both these teams are in the top half of the SFL in passing yards per game. Florida was 12th in the SFL with 298. Jacksonville is 16th in the SFL with 284. 3 wide receiver set here for Florida. They're going to look at this, and he gets his man, Stephen Bush, to the 34-yard line.
Florida are the one-handed catch offense. This is the second one we've seen pulled down by one of their receivers. It's another impressive grab by this veteran receiving call, and Cochran is really in momentum at the moment.
Yeah, if he would have hit Bush in stride, that would have been 6. Cochran looking, finds his target. Man, what a hit right there on the tight end. That was Ricky Robinson, the rookie. And wow, I mean, Zarkov is not the type of guy that you can just hit like that as a corner.
Well, Cochran's doing him no favors, throwing him passes like that across the middle where there are defenders right in the area. He did really well to hold on to that.
Yep, Zarkov showing the hands there as he was able to hold on to the ball. 2nd and 5 from the 28. And that's going to be a handoff to Bolesky up the middle. He gets the first down and takes it to the 20. And the Storm are once again in the SFL red zone.
He just makes it happen, doesn't he, Bolesky? Another great run up the middle. Didn't need the block. It just makes it all by himself. And Jacksonville, they just haven't got a grip on him yet. And that's going to be a key in the second half as we approach it, is whether or not they can get a handle on him.
I mean, the run games, the run offenses too, these guys are in kind of the back half of this, right? 22nd for Florida Storm in the rushing yards per game. And Jacksonville, 21st in rushing yards per game as Bolesky gets us to gain of 6.
Which it's odd to think about that in that sense, because it wasn't that long ago that this man in blue won the MVP award as a running back. And it's just been a down year, but you're seeing the talent on display at the moment.
Yep, 5-season veteran Charlie Bolesky, a 2-time All-Star, last time selected in season 18. As Cochran sees something in the defense, is going to have to change. Calling Omaha, I would imagine. 2nd and 4 from the 14, and now we're going to take it to the 2-minute warning. We got a good one here so far in the first half, Jacob. 14-13, Florida with the edge. We'll be right back on SFL on YouTube. We are back here in Jacksonville. Chad Rowland, Jacob Clear in the booth. Robert Garrett Jr., Juan, Mississippi, hitting the stats truck tonight. Cameron Irvine on the production. Thank you once again, gentlemen, for all your hard work. 2nd and 4 from the 14. Cochran drops back, looking short, and, man, I thought they were going to maybe give him momentum, but that was Ron Haynes there on his first catch of the night, and that's going to be 3rd and inches.
Ron Haynes checks in. Florida have done a really good job at spreading the ball around within their offense this season, especially. Everyone has a role to play.
Everybody here in the Kings layer on their feet as Charlie Bolesky shuts them all up with a first down at the 4-yard line.
Just watch this replay and how quickly off the mark he gets. It just gives the defense no time to react. By the time they've snapped it, he's already over the first down marker.
1st and goal here from the 4. Got 2 backs in the backfield. As that is going to be a handoff to Bolesky up the middle, and they are going to mark him down at the 1, and that's going to be 2nd and goal.
Yeah, you can see him looking at the official giving him the side eye there. I think he thought he got there, but calling him a yard shy. But again, expect them to do exactly the same thing.
2nd and goal here from the 1. Bolesky with the handoff, and that is going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Again, he's just so quick off the mark, Bolesky, and that time he effectively just falls into the end zone. But just a top player who's going to make the plays when they need it, and it's a bit of a heartbreaker for Jacksonville, who were right in there. Now they're going to be chasing the game again, but they do receive the second half kickoff.
Yeah, and Charlie Bolesky eclipsing the 100-yard mark right there on that run with 2 touchdowns on the night. Speed out for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So Florida trying to get a little bit of momentum here before the end of the half. And it'll be interesting to see what Jacksonville comes out and does, right? They only got 2 timeouts remaining, Jacob. They did that timeout there on that 4th down. They could have probably used that.
Absolutely. We'll see what they draw up here. They've looked good going deep.
Yep, and Dill Swayze set to return the kick as he will field that in his own end zone. He's going to take it out of his end zone. And they're going to be hit right there, probably at the 21-yard line, as O.J. Brew is going to come out with 37 seconds left. Let's see how aggressive Jacksonville wants to be to see if they're going to, obviously they're going to be going into the half to try to get this momentum back, Jacob.
Well, they know they can because their quarterback's playing with a lot of confidence, and looks like they've drawn up a running formation.
Yep, strong power I formation here. And there's going to be a handoff to Sean Sanders as he's got some room on the outside. And look at this! Past the 40, past midfield, past the 40 again, and they're going to hit him out of bounds at the 30. Actually did not go out of bounds. They're going to have to use their timeout. What a way to start this drive here, Jacob.
Sean Sanders, the second-year rookie, is a magician. And we thought for a minute there that the half was over, and he just gets a completely clean run. Great downfield blocking by the tight ends and the fullback for this Jacksonville offense. But he has looked really good and playing beyond his means in his first half, given his level of experience.
49-yard run there by Sean Sanders. He is now at 99 yards on 16 attempts. 3 wide receiver set here for the Kings. This kind of changes everything now that they're down here near the field goal range. Bruin drops back. He's got protection. Looking over the middle. Finds his target pass to 20. That is Dill Swayze, and they're going to be in the hurry up. Bruin, let's see what he does here, if he spikes it or just snaps it. Bruin's got to hurry up to the line. Run, Bruin, run. Short drop. Finds Christopher Ochoa. That's going to be a first down, and they're going to burn their final timeout. Do they go for it, or do they just kick the field goal here, Jacob?
I suspect they'll take the 3 points because it could come in handy further down the track, because should they score with the first drive of the half, then they'll obviously take the lead. So why not take the safe points here with a kicker that's perfect on the season and on the game? And
you would hope that you don't see a fake here.
For sure.
Let's see what Jacksonville does. 8 seconds to go. There's a snap. There's the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. So, indeed, they did take the 3. And that is going to inch that a little bit closer. It is now 21-16 here with 5 seconds to go.
Give credit to the play calling. I don't even know if they anticipated that they'd get into that situation the way they drew it up, but the running back gets the go-ahead yards, and they're just a little bit closer.
Yep, inching a little bit closer. That's what they need to do, is they'll be down 5, pending if Optimus Klein doesn't return this for a touchdown. They're going to take that from about their 1-yard line, as that is going to be to the 24. They are going to have a second left to go, and Florida, I would assume, would just run the clock out. But let's see what they do.
You'd think there's no reason for them to risk anything here on this singular play.
Yeah, 1st and 10 here from the 24. 3 wide receiver set. 1 second to go here in the first half. It's been a good one so far. As Cochran drops back, looking, and tips it away, and that was almost intercepted. But Ricky Robinson with the deflection, and that is going to do it here for the first half down here in the Kings Lair, as Florida with an early lead, 21-16. And what has been impressive to you so far here in this first half, Jacob?
Well, that was a really good game of football so far we've got on our hands. And again, the identity is very clear for both of these teams. Jacksonville's success has been largely in the past with some peppered in individual efforts from Sean Sanders, the rookie. Charlie Boletsky with 2 touchdowns in the opening half. This puts him over for 75 career touchdowns. But he's been the star, as well as OJ Bruin on the other side of the ball. And these offenses are doing what they need to do to make it happen. And you see the quarterback stats on the bottom there, pretty much level on with yardage. A great game so far.
Yeah, we talked about how these teams, they total average, right? 358 yards for Jacksonville. That's 23rd in the league. Florida, 368 yards total offense per game. That is 18th in the league. Right now, both teams are about either just over 250 yards or just under 250 yards, where Florida's got 244 and Jacksonville with 258. So these offenses are moving very efficiently And nobody's really dominating offensively time-wise, right? Jacksonville, 10 minutes total. Florida, just under 12 minutes. So, very interesting football here. What is the key for Jacksonville to try to overtake this game, Jacob?
Just keep doing what they're doing effectively, and it's going to be whichever defense can take over the game first will ultimately be the winner today, because Jacksonville will keep this within one score. That one stop that they get could be very critical in if they're going to win today.
Yeah, I think that, we talked about this before the game, that one of the big keys for Jacksonville is going to have to be to limit the turnovers from O.J. Bruin last week, throwing, 7 interceptions. Right now, O.J. Bruin, 32 interceptions on the season. He is 10 away from the record held by Deacon Nickens. Tonight, O.J. 7 of 8 with no picks. I think he's been playing very well so far today there, Jacob.
Yeah, and get this, his average quarterback rating on the season, well, speaking prior to the game, he's currently, if the season ended today, he'd break the record for the worst QBR in a single season. Tonight, he's 158.3.
Yep, if the season did end today, somewhere in SFL land, Johnny Pickler would be a very happy man, as he is the current record holder. And look at this! I mean, what is going on here with Dill Swayze on the return game? Wow, that is only to the 8-yard line. Was he just not prepared? Like, what was going on there, Jacob?
You have to wonder if he's done it before, because that one looked even worse. He had no idea where the ball was.
I mean, earlier in the game, he dropped one that came right to him, right, on the kickoff return. That time, he had to just catch it to save it from going out in the back of the end zone, which would have been fine. But they're going to start from their 8-yard line, as that's going to be a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to almost get away from that, but that's going to be a gain of 6.
He looks good, Sanders. He looks really good. He's playing with some confidence, and it's just... I think that's been the key today for AJ Bruin's better playing, because he hasn't needed to overplay anything. And I think that's been a huge difference maker so far.
I want to tell you this crazy stat right now. Sean Sanders and Charlie Boletsky both have 18 carries. Sean Sanders, 112 yards. Boletsky, 111. O.J. Bruin drops back, fires, and that's going to be intercepted. Ryan Davidson, the 11th season veteran, the 5-time All-Star, with the interception.
Just when we thought Bruin had shaken his wobbles, he throws this one, and it was a pretty easy pick away for a veteran like Ryan Davidson, one of the best defensive backfields you'll see in the league in Florida, and you just can't give them opportunities like that to take the ball away.
Yep. Ryan Davidson and Evan Carroll, seasoned veterans for sure, 11 and 13 respectively. 7 All-Star appearances between both of them, as Boletsky is going to break that first tackle with a gain of 4 on the run.
Yeah, and Florida will go right back to where they were at. And I said at halftime it was going to be whichever defense could take over the game first. Florida get the early break here.
2nd and 6 from the 32. Single back formation, 2 wide receivers in the set. Cochran drops back, looking, fires on the slant route, and that has cost Stephen Bush down to the 18-yard line.
Jacksonville, outside of that early interception by Cochran, just haven't looked likely at slowing him down. They'll use Boletsky early and anytime he's needed, and then they'll just hit you with a medium route like that. They haven't really attacked him deep or thrown anything too untoward since that first quarter.
4 wide receiver set here. Single right formation. That is going to be a fake to Boletsky. Cochran looking towards the end zone. It is caught in the back of the end zone. That's a touchdown, but let's see what the penalty is.
Late hit, number 20.
And that is going to be a late hit. That touchdown is going to count. What a throw and catch there from Cochran to Stephen Bush.
Rookie receivers, take a look at this. That is how you bring in a catch in contested coverage. He was taken in midair by the defenders and still managed to reel that one in. That we've seen some really impressive play from these Florida receivers today.
You know, you brought this up earlier talking about, you know, which defense takes over a game. Maybe that interception right there and then turning around, scoring a touchdown could be what Florida needed to break this thing open, as the kick is up and it is good, as Florida will have the biggest lead of the game right now, 28-16.
Well, you bring that up, look at the scoreboard. They're 2 scores ahead now. It makes a massive difference.
Next Saturday on Next Level Sports, the Central Division takes stage. 2 6-2 teams, the Minnesota Legend and the Tulsa Desperados, will decide who will be in the driver's seat of an automatic playoff berth down the final stretch of the season. Catch all the action on Next Level Sports. For a complete channel guide, visit NLSE.com, as this time Swayze actually makes the catch correctly and gets it out to the 21.
Yeah, I suspect that Frank Gooden would have given him a bit of a talking to, because not only did he botch that previous return, but he was also the intended target for that pick from Bruin. So it's been a tough afternoon for him outside of that big play.
Yeah, he had that one play on that 50X spot throw, and you're going to see that same play again here. They're going to go to the outside route. That's Christopher Ochoa, gets the first down a little bit more, getting out to the 42, as that is going to be a big completion there for Ochoa.
He showed some toe there, Ochoa. It looked for a minute there like he was going to only get some medium yardage, but then just gets the angle right when he turns around and gets some nice yardage out of it.
That was his 5th target of the night. 4 catches for 63 yards tonight for Ochoa. We've been on the Ochoa watch to see if he gets to his career high, as he needed 90 coming into this game. He's at 63 right now. 3 wide receivers set out of that split back formation again. All slants, going to be over the middle. That is tipped away. There's a flag on the play. Look at this. Ochoa still caught it. After there was a lot of popcorn going on there, and let's see what the flag is going to be. It could be a holding call.
Holding, number 50, offense, 10-yard penalty.
Yep, and it indeed is holding on the offense, as that is the center, Richard Smith, there with the infraction.
A good spot, Chad, and you thought for sure Florida had about 4 defenders around in that area. It was pretty impressive that Ochoa could reel that in, but it's obviously negated.
Yeah, 1st and 20 here for the Kings. Bruin drops back, looking to the out route, finds Dill Swayze as he stays in bounds and actually gets a gain of 15 on that play. Going to set up 2nd and 5.
He did well there, and I've got to say, I know the scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect it, but this is the best that OJ Bruin's played since week 2. And I think that says a lot about the weekly game planning that they've done, and the fact that he's just seems to be playing with a bit more confidence now, irrespective of that interception on the last drive.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville, you know, I mean, they are down 28-16, but like you said, 9 of 11, 188 yards. Over 80% completion, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. So he's having a very good game tonight. It helps having the man in the backfield who has the ball right now, Sean Sanders, on the outside with a spin move. That's a 1st down, and that's going to get out to the 45.
That required a lot of effort to get to the outside, but he makes the play. He's been outstanding so far, Sean Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders playing very well so far in this game, eclipsing over 120 yards tonight. Still averaging 6.3 yards a carry. That's exactly what you want to see out of your running back. And by the way, guys, he is a 2nd-round pick. So you rookie running backs out there watching this, even though you're not maybe a top pick, you can make a serious impact. Just look at Sanders there with the one-handed grab and does a little spin move as it only gets 3 yards.
Now he's showing off. I mean, we spoke pre-game, Chad, that this team is likely missing the Willis brothers, but this man has done a really good job of filling those shoes.
Yeah, Sean Sanders was a guy that wasn't, I mean, he was kind of highly touted coming out of the SFLM, but, you know, you didn't know where he was going to go into Jacksonville, and that's going to be a gain of about 4, I believe, and that's going to set up 3rd and 3. But this is a guy that, you know, when you look at the build of this Jacksonville team, Jacob, 5 wide receiver set. You look at Sean Sanders, who was drafted in the second round, the back end of the second round. This wasn't a guy you would thought that would make a huge impact on the run game, but so far, at least in the past few games, he's really started to pick it up. 3rd and 3 here from the 38. Brewer over the middle finds Dill Swayze. That's going to be a first down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, that was nice on that set of downs there. Obviously, you know, nothing major from Sanders, but it sets up a comfortable 3rd down for OJ Bryan. So it means he doesn't have to overplay it and just finds an easy route across the middle where Swayze was open. I think that will take him above 100 yards for the day.
And it hits him right at 100 yards, as that is going to be a handoff to Sean Sanders again, and that is going to be hit immediately. Gets a gain of a couple. There, a good tackle there by Alessandro Tamallo.
21st attempt of the game. We expected a heavy dosage of him, but I'm not sure if we expected this much. But he just keeps rolling forward.
Yep, 21 carries on the night. About to get his 22nd right here. That's a handoff and a spin move. Gets to the 25, as that's going to set up 3rd and 4 here for the Kings.
Again, just pushes it forward. Nothing too major, but it makes 3rd down quite comfortable for the team that's 3rd down percentage is 3rd in the league.
Yep, 62% 3rd down conversion. As you mentioned, 3rd in the league here. Split back spread formation. 90 all slants is going to be over the middle. That is tipped away and almost intercepted, intended for Dill Swayze.
Yeah, Ryan Davidson again putting some duress on this Jacksonville offense. They're going to cut it back to a 1-score game here should Bradshaw ice this field goal. It's the longest attempt he's had all day.
Yep, 4th and 4 from the 25. Bradshaw's going to come out to try to get this lead to go down a little bit. Curtis Young waiting for the snap. There's the snap. Bradshaw, the kick is up, and it is good from 42 as Jacksonville now making this lead a little shorter, as we talked about before.
Yeah, look, you can't complain again. They got the ball downfield, but you can excuse that earlier in the game, but they do need to put points up in other means. That's his 4th field goal of the afternoon, and they need to find the end zone.
Yeah, hey, don't leave this broadcast, people, without joining our Discord server. There is so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. Join to check out our content for teams and about the league created by the community. Participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the survivor pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net and click on the Discord icon in the menu. The SFL community, 2,000 strong. We will see you there. And not only can you go in there and see all the pick'ems and the content and everything else, but you could be a broadcaster, and you can also be in the stats truck as Juan Mississippi and Robert Garrett Jr. are tonight for us.
We appreciate our stats people.
1st and 10 here from the 23. That's going to be a handoff, and he didn't even get the snap out in time, and wow, Ron Cochran just gets hit there. The Jacksonville defensive line, Joey Schwint, making the play as they disrupted that run.
Well, we've had some crazies in this game. That's another one. Add that to the list. Ron Cochran with an error uncharacteristic.
Yeah, that play took a little too much time to develop, but they were able to get some pressure there on him. 2nd and 12 from the 21. They do that same play again. This time it works. Voletsky getting a hard-fought run on that as he sets up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, he makes that 9 yards look easy. It's just another fantastic run by Boletsky. Gets the go forward and makes 3rd down nice and manageable.
20 carries, 124 yards tonight for Boletsky. The run game has been a major factor for both these teams. And that's a handoff to Boletsky. That's going to be a first down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, good run. They've got it done. They've got the job done on 3rd down when they've needed to. And outside of that drive at the end of the second quarter, they're yet to have a drive where they haven't scored.
There's going to be 3 wide receivers set here. 1st and 10 from the 35. Cock drops back, looking over the middle, and that is intercepted! And that is going to be taken out to the 37-yard line. Ricky Robinson, he's had a couple of tips tonight, finally gets his hands on one for the INT.
I suspect Art Vandelay will be writing a grievance form for me for that commentator's curse on this. The moment I mentioned that they've been almost perfect with their drives since that interception in the first quarter, Ricky Robinson gets a pick of his own, and Jacksonville have got the defensive stop they needed. The momentum just shifts ever so slightly.
Ron Cochran, his 2nd interception of the night, as that is going to set up Florida here, or I'm sorry, Jacksonville onto Florida's 37-yard line. As that's going to be a strong power eye. That's going to be a handoff to Sean Sanders on the outside. And I got to tell you, I mean, that was only a gain of 2, but if he would have just stayed to the outside, Jacob, he had some serious green in front of him.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've felt that way about the strong power play that they've run out of that formation.
2nd and 8 here. The clock is ticking down. Just at 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. And that's going to be another handoff to Sanders, and that is going to be just a gain of a couple yards. Deontay Stoneville with the tackle.
Still, it allows O.J. Bruin to drop some kind of medium route where he doesn't have to force anything. He's been pretty good on 3rd downs outside of the red zone.
3rd and 6 here from the 33. Bruin changing the play. Look for the out route at the bottom of the screen. It is indeed, that's what it is. And Kingston Ellington with the catch, and that's going to be a 1st down. Good play call there by O.J. Bruin to change that route.
Yeah, great work. They made tough work of it, but another great play. Ellington has been a bit quiet. It's sort of mainly been about Swayze and Ochoa, and he's yet to target anyone outside of those 3.
Yeah, they still have Joseph Badette and Goldie Morrison, who have not been targeted at all tonight. Strong power I formation again. Florida in the 4-3 defense. That's going to be a handoff to Sean Sanders. He's going to be tackled in the backfield, as that looks like Alessandro Tamaello with the tackle.
He's done that a couple of times, and you're sitting there waiting for this Florida defensive line with the amount of veteran presence in it to just make some big play, but they've been quite lost my word.
And that is going to be a pass. And look at this, Kingston Ellington with the touchdown, and Jacksonville getting even closer now.
There's your momentum shift. The defense gets the turnover, and then O.J. Bruin with a couple of quality throws to Kingston Ellington. This time he just hits the cross route, rather the corner route, and hits the back of the end zone. Again, another pass that went through the defender's hand prior to getting to the receiver. We saw that with the Swayze completion that went for nearly 50 yards. Another fantastic throw by O.J. Bruin. This has been one of his best performances of the season.
I would almost dare to say this is one of his best performances of his career, at least that I've seen.
You make a point.
And maybe I haven't seen much of O.J. Bruin, but so far in this game, he's looking very good, as the extra point is good. Jacksonville within 2 points now, and all of a sudden, Jacob, we talked about how Florida had a big lead there, the biggest lead of the game. Now it's been shrunk.
Yeah, it's within a field goal now, and all of a sudden Jacksonville are bearing down on it. What a game.
Jacksonville set to kick this one off. Yep, great game so far here down in Kings Lair. As that is going to be received deep in the end zone, but Klein will not return it, as that is going to bring out this Florida offense. And let's see what this team does now. They've got to be able to respond to this, right? Jacksonville been playing very well so far here in this 3rd quarter. Let's see what Florida's offense does. 1st and 10 here from the 20. That is going to be a handoff to Boletsky. He gets to the outside with a spin move and gets a gain of 6 on that run.
Great play. Worth noting, that touchdown from Jacksonville takes us into the over. So anyone who took the over in this game, congratulations. But it's been an offensive game. We kind of expected that.
The line tonight, Jacksonville plus 7.5. The over-under set to 48.5. So if you did hit the over, you do indeed win some money. Cochran drops back, looking for the out route, finds the out route, and that is going to be a first down at the 30-yard line.
He bowled over some guy on the bench there, the receiver Varadin Zarkov. It's first time he's been targeted in open space. He's probably thankful that Cochran didn't throw him into a position where he was close to being carted off the field.
3 wide receiver set here for the Storm. That's going to be another handoff to Bolesky. That's going to be up the middle, and that's going to be just past the 35. They're going to mark him at the 35, and that's going to be 2nd and 5.
Another great move by Bolesky. No matter what situation they put him in tonight, he's excelled pretty much in every instance.
2nd and 5 here. 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Split back formation for the Storm. Cochran drops back, looking, finds Zarkov there in the flat, and maybe gets a yard or 2 on that. And they're actually not going to give him anything, as it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, still, it's a manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, this is what I worry about here going into the fourth quarter, Jacob, is that Bolesky has 23 carries, Sean Sanders with 25. You think these guys might be wearing down?
Well, you'd think, but that's again the benefit of having a deep roster.
And that is a good play action pass there to Stephen Bush. That's going to be a first down and more, as that is going to close out the third quarter here. So get your 4, 12, 86, and 68s in the chat as we head into the fourth quarter with a great game so far. Florida with the edge, 28-26. We'll be right back here on SFL on YouTube.
We'll see what Jacksonville's defense can produce here.
And we're back here at the Kings Lair. Chad Rowland, Jacob Clear in the booth tonight. 3 wide receiver set here out of the single right formation. Cochran drops back, looking for the out route, finds the out route. That's E.J. Minson with the first down.
And the defensive line potentially could have made a play there on Cochran. They sent all the D-line members to the left-hand side, and Cochran just had a pretty clean pocket. Produces a really nice throw to the outside.
Yep, good little out route there ran by Minson, as that is going to be 1st and 10 here from the 37. That's a handoff to Bolesky. He's got some room with a spin move, and it gets a gain of 6 on the run.
He just keeps on keeping on. He's approaching 150 yards on the afternoon, and they need to get a handle on him. He's the one. They've worked out the passing offense. He's the one they need to stop.
2nd and 4 here from the 31. Another handoff to Bolesky up the middle, and that is going to be maybe a yard or 2, as that's going to set up 3rd and 3 from the 30.
There you go, right on cue. They plug the A gap up the middle. Stan Diamond with the play. This young linebacking core starting to get their grip on the game.
3rd and 3 again, split back formation again, as that's going to be a handoff to Bolesky. First down, getting past the 25 to the 23-yard line.
The defender laid him out there, but still he just makes it happen. He just has a tireless engine, Charlie Bolesky.
And we're going to be in that same formation once again. That is going to be a handoff to Bolesky up the middle, and that's going to be just a gain of 3, as that's going to set up 2nd and 7.
Yep, they'll keep going for that. He doesn't look like he's even broken a sweat. Incredible.
No, and he's approaching 30 carries. That was his 27th of the game so far. 3 wide receiver sets. 2nd and 7 here. 9 minutes to go in the game. Cochran, short drop, Almost a sack there. That is tipped away. TJ Harper with the deflection. And there was a guy flying at him, Jacob. I don't know if you've seen that. There was a guy that almost took Cochran's head off.
Great effort by the defensive line to get inside. Harper will probably be disappointed he didn't reel that one in on the second effort. Did well to tip it up to himself, but 50% won't get you there.
And that is going to bring up 3rd and long here. Well, not really 3rd and long. 3rd and could be manageable. 3rd and 7. 5 wide set here for Florida. I believe this is the first time we've seen this tonight. From the 21-yard line. Cochran drops back, looking over the middle, finds his target. And that is Optimus Klein down to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, he's been top tonight, Optimus Klein. Another physical grab across the middle. That's where he's been the most involved. Just that massive target in the inside. Again, we spoke about the fact that he had some time at tight end, so he's got some of those intangibles where he can play as a physical threat on the inside.
And that's going to be 1st and goal here from the 3. That's going to be a handoff, and that actually is going to be a touchdown, as that was to the backup running back, Stanley Nordless, with the touchdown.
Well, we just spoke about whether or not we wondered that Boletsky would get gassed out or not, and I'll tell you what, he got lucky there. There's a reason why the home crowd weren't impressed with that decision.
Yeah, and we brought that up earlier was, were we going to see, the backups probably come in and take some key runs, and indeed you'd see it right there with Nordless, the 5'11", 215-pound backup running back gets the touchdown, and that's a big spot for the backup running back as Ethan Snead comes out for the extra point. And the snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good, and so that makes the score 35-26. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And I'm still, pretty excited to see the backup running back get some love there. Nordless with the touchdown, Jacob.
Yeah, and that'll hurt Jacksonville. Just when they had it within 2, their defense can't hold up, and Florida gets the job done again. So required again OJ Bruin to make a scoring drive.
Yep, let's see what Bruin can do coming out here. 13 of 16, 232 yards tonight. Been very, very efficient and very, very good. Florida looks like they may be playing some bump coverage here. 1st and 10 from the 20. That's going to be a handoff to Sanders. Up the middle. He's got a little bit of room there as he gets a gain of 8 on the run.
Yeah, nice run. Just gets right back to where he left off, and he's been the go-ahead man tonight. The plan has been pretty clear throughout this evening, but they need more than that. They need to get the ball downfield.
Yeah, head coach Frank Gooden earlier today saying very basic. We're looking to continue to get Sanders touches in the run game, and they have been indeed doing that, as that is indeed Sanders again. There's a first down and a fumble on the play, and I don't know, it looks like Florida was able to recover.
Ryan Tobin there on the spot, and unfortunately it just wasn't to be. He had a little of a loose carry on the ball as he went into the spin cycle, and unfortunately just coughed it up. And Florida, that could be the turnover that wins them the game.
What a huge event that just happened there. Sean Sanders may be a little tired, right? After 27 carries tonight, maybe a little bit worn out. 1st and 10 from the 31. Let's see if Florida makes that hurt. Cochran to the flat. That is Zarkov there with a gain of 7.
Yeah, he's been tough tonight, Zarkov. It's another catch to the outside that he got, and uses his physicality to make the play. And Florida won't overplay anything here. They're just going to, they know they can rely on Boletsky. He's had a few plays off on the sideline now to recover.
2nd and 3 from the 24. 2 wide receivers. Two tight end set. Cochran looking for the out route. Finds the out route as E.J. Minson is just short of the first down. That's going to be 3rd and inches.
7 receptions off 8 targets. That's a pretty impressive record for him this evening. And Jacksonville brought out the 4-3, and the cornerbacks played back a little bit. So maybe not the best defensive call, but they make the play.
7 catches for 79 yards tonight for E.J. Minson. Split back formation. This has been their kind of bread and butter tonight. As that is going to be a handoff to Boletsky, and he does not get the first down. Jacksonville making a big stop here in the 4th down.
Well, they needed that, and Logan Gardner, again, he's made a couple of plays tonight on the inside of that defensive line, and they get a stop. It's not completely out of reach.
They do get stopped, but they are going to be in field goal range. So at least they were able to save them from scoring a touchdown and really opening this up. As that's going to be a snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good from 37. And so now Florida goes up 12 as they are up 38-26.
What a career for Ethan Snead. 175th field goal make, as he is firmly in the top 5 in all time in that category.
Congratulations to Ethan Snead on that one. Are you liking this game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of the SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. And I've only been around for a little bit of time since season 13, but I can imagine it's been a great 10 years so far.
Yeah, and you saw prior to the game, prior to every game this season, a roll of highlight clips going through the seasons, so you get to see how far it's come.
Yep, it's definitely come a long way, just even since I have shown up back, like I said, in season 13. There's a handoff there to Sean Sanders as he's going to get a couple yards on the run.
Yeah, O.J. Bruin's got to step up here. This is his chance to make a name for himself in this Jacksonville system. He's got to be the man.
Yeah, I think that you want to be able to try to maybe get down the field quickly because the clock is ticking. It is just getting right at 6 minutes to go when they snap this ball. Bruin drops back. Plenty of protection, and they actually get to him. Deontay Stoneville there with the sack, and that's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, and again, the Florida defensive line is starting to get a grip on this game. He waited too long for the play to develop downfield. 2 members of their line came in, crash tackled him to the ground, and makes 3rd and 14 very difficult.
Stoneville been just a menace in the backfield all night.
Look for Ellington.
2 tackles for loss, and there's a pass over to Dill Swayze short. That's going to set up 4th and 7, and this is going to be an interesting play call here, Jacob.
Well, the last time they ran that 5-wide set, they tossed it downfield for Ellington for about a 20-yard gain. That time, nowhere in sight, and they're punting it. They're not interested in going for it on 4th down.
You know, and I'm curious, is this the first punt?
It is. You're correct.
I believe this is the first punt we've seen. Howard McCoy coming out here for the punt. As that's going to be fair caught there at the 44. So Jacksonville needing to make a stop here and make a stop quick.
Yeah, that hurts. And you wonder, could they have gone for it there in that situation? It's a big gamble, but you're chancing the clock now with under 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, it's an interesting play call, you know, especially when, you know, you have, you know, like I said, just under 5 minutes to go in this game. Split back formation here once again. That is going to be a handoff to Boletsky. He's going to get hit hard right there for a gain of 1.
Yeah, he's starting to slow down. So this is a good sign as Joey Schwint gets in on the tackle for Jacksonville that they may be able to finally get a hold on him.
And once again, Jacob, that split back formation here for the Storm. 4-3 defense. Jacksonville looking to bring some heat. They know the run's coming. That is going to be a handoff to Boletsky, and they're going to stop him right there in the backfield as Logan Gardner right there again to make a big play.
He's been really good tonight, Logan Gardner. A fresh face in this defense this season, a rookie on a veteran line, and it brings up 3rd and 9.
Here's a big defensive play here for the Kings. Nickel 3-3 defense here. Cochran looks like he's changing the play. Letting that clock just continue to beat down. Cochran drops back. Pressure coming, and he got hit as he thrown. And I don't even know how he got that throw off there, Jacob.
Well, and the benefit is that it was deemed incomplete, so it stops the clock for Jacksonville. And obviously, you kind of have to tip your hat to their defensive line, who basically forced that 3-and-out on their own.
And that is going to bring out Marcus Agrippa. We haven't talked about him all night. The 7th-season veteran, a 6-time All-Star, one of the best punters in SFL history, as he is going to punt that away. As that is going to be in the end zone for a touchback. They were hoping that may have a kick back there deep, but nevertheless, the Kings will take it from the 20. And let's see what this offense could do. Jacob, they're going to have to score, and they're going to have to score quick.
Well, Bruin's shown he can do it downfield, but the last couple of drives he hasn't looked nearly as confident, so I suspect that they're just going to try and roll something out here.
1st and 10 here from the 20, 5-wide set. Bruin drops back, looking over the middle, finding short, and that is going to be a big hit there. That was actually Goldie Morrison with his first catch of the night. No huddle offense here for the Kings. They've got no timeouts remaining. Over the middle, that is caught. That is Joseph Badet. So now each receiver for the Kings has made a catch tonight. They're going to keep this offense going. They've been looking short on this play. And now they go deep, and that was tipped away. That was almost intercepted. Ryan Davidson had a pick earlier, and he about had another one.
I was just waiting for Ellington to get a target there, and that route was always going to be appealing for AJ Bruin, and it was a good defensive play by the corner because he was in behind the defense there, and that would have been 6.
Bullet Boletsky in the chat. Happy birthday, first of all, to your wife. What have you missed? You got 30 attempts for 158 yards and 2 TDs and a really good game so far. 2nd and 10 here. Bruin looking to the outside, finds his target. That is Christopher Ochoa with his 5th catch of the night, and that is going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Well, at least you stop the clock. It's looking a bit conservative, but even when they go downfield, this Florida defensive secondary has looked competent, and this is a huge play here in the context of the game.
Yep, same set as they've been running before. 5 wide receiver set. Bruin looking like he's going to change the play to see an out route at the top of the screen. He does change the play, but that's a deep pass, and that was incomplete. He had the out route up top for a first down, Jacob.
Evan Carroll all over it, and again, you just look at the names across this secondary, and if you need players to close out a game, these are the ones, but you suspect they'll have another go at it here.
Yep, 4th down. This is the final shot here, at least for this drive, for Jacksonville. Not really sure what their 4th down. Yeah, this could be the ball game right here. 4 wide receivers, 3 in the bunch set down at the bottom of the screen. Bruin drops back. Looking to the outside, finds his target. That's a first down for Goldie Morrison as he gets out of bounds at the 45.
And they keep it alive. He, again, didn't overplay that, and he just needed the first. Don't risk anything. The game's on the line in that situation, but they need more progression downfield.
Well, they're going away from that 5 wide set. Now they're going to a 3 wide receiver set here out of the split back formation. All slants looking, and that was a bad throw there, right almost into Stephen Black's hands.
Yeah, Stephen Black, that's one he should have had. That was on the chest, and Jacksonville will stay alive somehow.
Yep, 2nd and 10 here from the 45. 2:51 to go. Here in Kings Lair, Jacksonville trying to cut this lead. 3 wide receiver set. Bruin drops back. Looking, finds Dill Swayze on the outside, and he does not get out of bounds as the clock will continue to run. And looking for that short little out route there on that 50X spot. Same play. Looking, finds his target, and that is caught, and luckily they get out of bounds there. That's going to be first down at the 40-yard line.
You don't mind that. They have burned more clock, but it's fair enough. Like, that's a good play to be stuck in there. You've got routes that you can kind of, if Florida want to play up man, you can beat them with that. And if they want to play zone, you can beat them with that. It's a good play.
Yep, a lot of teams in the SFL have a play similar to it. 5 wide set here once again. 1st and 10 from the 40. Bruin drops back, looking deep, and that was tipped away. That was almost intercepted again by Ryan Davidson.
I tell you what, another one that could have gone either way. And again, the receiver, this time Morrison in behind the defense. Bruin's a tall guy. I mean, he should be able to try and hit that over the top. At the time, he just put it well in range where the defender was.
Ned's going to bring out 3 wide receivers here out of the split back formation. 2nd and 10. Bruin, deep drop. Looking deep down the middle, and that is going to be intercepted. Adrian Blaine with her first pick of the night, and we hadn't brought her name up all night, but she makes a big play there.
Great coverage, just fantastic effort. Florida's defense didn't once look like they were going to break, and finally they get the reward they were hoping for. And the strong safety just sitting right in the perfect spot to snare that one away. The former Madison Lynx rookie, she's been with Florida all of her career, and she gets the reward here that will hopefully ice this game.
Yeah, that was a big-time play there. I mean, if you're Jacksonville, I mean, you had to try to go for a deep pass. You can't blame them at all for that one. As Cochran looks like he's going to be changing a play here out of this split-back formation. Jacksonville bringing the heat, looking like 8 or 9 in the box. Hands off to Boletsky as he gets about a yard on that gain, and it's going to drain the clock down to 2 minutes.
We'll get the 2-minute warning. So Boletsky, again, they've got a grip on him, so you wonder. The problem for Jacksonville, though, is they've already used all their timeouts, so this clock's going to drain away with the next 3 plays.
2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Florida looking to close this thing out, 38-26 here in Jacksonville. We'll be back on SFL on YouTube. And we are back down in Jacksonville, Florida. Chad Rowland, Jacob Clear in the booth, Juan Mississippi, and Robert Garrett Jr. in the stats truck, and Cameron Irvine doing the producing as Jacksonville takes a timeout. I was under the impression they had no timeouts, but apparently they do.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. The ticker, a bit of a glitch with the ticker, but irrespective. That changes things a little bit.
Yeah, it does change things a little bit, actually, but that's okay. 3rd and 8 here from the 34. Florida needing a first down to try to keep this game or keep this drive going. That's a fake to Boletsky, and he gets away from the sack, and that's a good throw there by Ron Cochran. And that is a great catch by Art Vandelay. First down, Florida.
First target, first catch of the game. Art Vandelay, the veteran and head coach of this organization, makes the clutch play, and just could you have asked for anything better in that situation from Ron Cochran, escaping the pressure and making the play?
What a veteran Ron Cochran is. That is why he's a Hall of Famer. There's the handoff to Boletsky as Jacksonville's going to use their second timeout.
Well, no more of that from Jacksonville, but they need to defend the pass when Florida bring it out.
Yeah, Florida looking to hopefully maybe get another first down here. in order to really ice this game. They're going to go back to the well. That split back formation once again. As there's the handoff to Bolesky. And maybe gets a yard, but more importantly, he's going to burn that final timeout from Jacksonville.
Yeah, they've definitely tested his motor today, and you can't really blame him for looking a bit tired. That's his 34th carry of the evening.
Yeah, he's been used a lot tonight here in this offense. 34 carries, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 catches for 18 yards tonight. His stats line for Bolesky. There's the handoff to Bolesky again, and he gets a pretty decent amount, but gets to just to be short of the first down, and that's going to bring up 4th and 2 here from midfield, as they will probably punt this away.
Yeah, they will, and Jacksonville have under a minute to make something happen, so you suspect that Florida will be able to hang on to this one, but it'll be nice to see Jacksonville draw up something aggressive with 50-odd seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah, if they're going to punt this away with about, minute 3, maybe 4 to go. And there's the punt by Agrippa, as he's going to try to pin him deep. And look at the kickback, look at the backspin on that. Looking like Tiger Woods at TPC of Sawgrass, as that was down at the 12, as Jacksonville's got some work to do.
If you're ever looking for an example of why he's played in 6 All-Star games, there it is.
Yep, that's exactly the reason why he's played in 6 All-Star games. One of the best to ever do it at the punter position. 3 wide receiver set here out of the split back formation. Slants. That is going to be caught there by Ochoa, and they're going to go no huddle, as that was Ochoa's 6th catch of the night. And there's a spike right there with 45 seconds to go, as Ochoa now is 8 yards away from his career high.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to break that and put some distance on it as well. He's been a really good import for Jacksonville this season.
Jacksonville looking for a deep shot here. 3 wide receiver set again. Bruin, short drop, looking, finds his target. That is Christopher Ochoa. And that's going to be probably past that mark that we were talking about before. And they're going to go no huddle here, 3rd and inches. Drops back, finds it. Ochoa with another catch. Definitely his career high. Congratulations there to Christopher Ochoa. And there's a spike there by Bruin with 22 seconds to go as Ochoa hits the 100-yard mark.
There you go. Throw it deep. Give us something to go out with there. But irrespective of the result, Jacksonville can hold their heads high because they have looked really out of sorts in the last few weeks. And this is a quality opposition they're facing. A team that leads the league in strength of victory and strength of schedule. So no mean feat to play this well against Florida.
No, indeed. They can definitely hold their heads up high, and so can the fans. Bruin drops back. Looking for the out route, finds the out route until Swayze. That's going to be a 1st down, and the clock continues to run. As let's see if they're able to get this snap off to spike it or not. And they do indeed, as they will have 8 seconds to go, so they'll probably be looking for something deep here to try to see if they can cut this lead.
As for Florida, they keep their playoff hopes alive. It's the 2nd season in franchise history that they haven't had a winning record, and are facing a chance that they miss the playoffs for the 2nd time in franchise history, and they've been around for 13 seasons, so definitely a down year for Florida.
Yeah, definitely a down year for Florida, but as you alluded to, they have the toughest strength of schedule, and there's a sack there by Deontay Stoneville, and that will do it here. As the Florida Storm coming in and getting their 3rd win of the season here against division foe Jacksonville with the score 38-26. And I got to tell you, I mean, this was all running backs all the time in this game tonight, Jacob. Bolesky, 35 attempts, 169 yards, 2 TDs. Sean Sanders on the losing side, 28 attempts, 148 yards with 1 touchdown tonight.
Yeah, and you see there nearly 1,000 total yards of offense between the two teams, but Florida have still got Jacksonville's number in the all-time matchup, but again, it was a really good game of football, and we weren't sure what this game was going to give us, but a great game between two sides that were battling from 2 and 6, and Jacksonville kept pressing the issue in the game where they were within 2 points at one point, but Florida's defense got plays in when they needed to and get the win this afternoon.
Yeah, and like I said, we talked about how O.J. Bruin needed a bounce-back game, and got to give O.J. Bruin credit. 23 of 34, 317 yards, 2 TDs, only 2 interceptions, compared to 7 last week, completing 67% of his passes.
Yeah, and you see there that pass to Kingston Ellington. He had a few of them today where he put it really through the eye of the needle. So he can walk out with a bit more confidence moving forward for this organisation. It's going to put him at 2 and 7, which makes playoffs almost a certainty of not happening this season. But they were in a bit of a rebuild, having lost the Willis brothers, so they can really just have to look for certain points of improvement as they progress through. And tonight, I think, is a good example between that of the quarterbacking play from O.J. Bruin and the rookie Sean Sanders offensively, and they just need a bit more stature with their defense. They were unable to hold Florida today at any point.
Well, and Jacksonville suffering their 7th loss. It's actually their 7th straight loss after beating Sioux Falls and Portland to begin the season. So, 7 wins, that's going to be really hard to try to get into the playoffs with that. And let's see the player of the game tonight for this, as it is Charlie Boletsky. So congratulations to Charlie Boletsky. So once again, thank you to Juan Mississippi and Robert Garrett Jr. in the stats truck tonight. Cameron Irvine, thank you once again for the production. For Jacob Clear, I am Chad Rowland. Good night, SFL, and we will see you next time.